Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's edition of Biz Talks. My name is Fred Holmes. I'm an independent distributor with Zija International. It's my privilege to be the host for this evening's edition of Biz Talks. Tonight, we're going to share a little information about our company, about our products, the timing we have, all geared towards those of you that are looking for alternative ways to create additional income. You know, it could be some supplemental income, maybe help with the family finances a little bit. For others, it might be a more substantial amount of income, save for the kids' college education, help save for the down payment of the house. In some cases, replace an income, allowing, maybe one of the parents to stay home with the kids. And for others, truly a life-changing level of income. I have an opportunity this evening. I'm going to introduce you to a lady by the name of Dee Dee Shaw. Dee Dee is, she's become a legend in Zija International. She was from corporate America, made a significant income, chose to stay home and raise the kids. And, fast forward, she had a number of children at home. She was homeschooling, and the family budget required that she go back to work or find another way to create a substantial level of income working from home. She chose the path that so many people are choosing today, which is to be a stay-at-home mom, yet create a full-time income, and has become one of Zija's diamond-level income earners. And I want you to be able to hear from her what it takes to be able to build a business. First, before I get started, I want to welcome all of you who've joined us this evening. We have a number of our field leaders that are online with us, many of our new distributors. But most importantly, for those of you that are invited guests, it might have been a coworker, family member, a friend, a neighbor. Somebody's been sharing with you maybe the Zija product. Maybe you've been using our products. Maybe somebody shared with you a thought on how to create an additional income stream, something that over time can become quite substantial, become a residual income. Welcome to those of you that fall into that category. Because tonight's information is really for you. And I'm going to make a couple of program notes at the conclusion of this. You're going to want to stay tuned for that. But first, let me go ahead and get started. In today's marketplace, more so than probably in the last 30-plus years that I've been involved in the home-based business, the network marketing business, multi-level marketing, relationship marketing. There's a lot of terms for what we do. More so than in the 30-plus years that I've been involved, today is very unique. People are more open today to hear about alternative ways to create an income than ever before. As an example, I'm here broadcasting from my home office, and the value of that is immeasurable for a fellow like me. I've had the privilege now for a number of years of having my elderly mother here at home with me. This opportunity allows me to be here in my home office with my mother, literally just on the other side of that door. I have a caretaker, a support person with me, so I don't have to worry about what's happening with mom while I'm on this broadcast. But to know that I'm here, I'm literally just feet away from her, and I can build an international business that's created a truly unbelievable level of income, and I can do that from home under my schedule and my terms. Now, today, while people are looking for ways to create additional income streams without having to get a part-time job or another full-time job and take themselves away from the family and the things that they love doing, the network marketing opportunity is really starting to rise to the top. We know in today's world that the majority of women that create a six-figure income or above do so through a network marketing opportunity. That's a phenomenal statement. We know that approximately 75% to 80% of network marketing is done through women. And which really begs the question, what about the fellas? I'm a fella, and I figured this out real quick. Go where the business is. Identify the people that are looking for opportunities and who have an open mind to creating additional income. Now, here's the problem. In the profession of network marketing, if you look at this as a professional, In over 70 years that this has been around, going way, way, way back to the origins of the profession, you know, Amway, Holiday Magic, Nutravita in the early in the 50s and 60s. Over that period of time, there have been literally tens of thousands of companies that have come and gone, and yet there's only a couple of handful, maybe 24, maybe a few more companies that have stood the test of time. And so when I was looking at this company, I'd already retired from the industry. I used to be a cross-country truck driver. I'd spent 10 years in the profession and created a retirement income. And then, frankly, got to enjoy the kind of lifestyle that most people only dream about. And when it was time to come back and take care of mom, this is when I was introduced to Zija. And unlike most people, I looked at the business as a business. Most people are introduced to a network marketing opportunity through a product. They like the product. They figure, well, you know, I'll use the product. Some of my friends will use the product. Maybe I can build a business. The problem with that is the numbers I just gave you. You know, it's, you know, 99% of the companies out there never last more than 10 years. And so when I looked at this company, these were the things that I looked at. And I want to share that with you as in an eye towards, you know, evaluating what it is you're going to hear this evening. I looked at the corporate leadership, the owners of the company. What was their track record? What was their success? What was their level of integrity? Because all those things are going to be critical for a long-term company. Secondly, I looked at the products. Did the products meet a recognized need? Were they highly consumable? Did they really work? Because that's the key. If you want to build a residual consumer base, it's got to be through products that people are going to use independent of whether or not they're involved in the business. Last ingredient is timing. Timing is critical in any part of our life, but certainly in business. And what I saw, and I'll just give you a snapshot, what I saw was, number one, the owner of this company is a man by the name of Ken Brailsford. And Ken Brailsford, while you may not recognize the name, you'll recognize who he is. He's known as the father of encapsulation. Ken was the first man to put medicinal herbs into gel caps to make it easier for the average person to consume the benefits of these medicinal herbs. Ken had created his first company in the early 70s. It's now over 40 years in business, still in business today, has done billions in sales. Ken developed his second company in the 80s, been in business now over 30 years, billions in sales. Nobody's ever done that before. There's only a couple of dozen legacy companies in the history of network marketing. Ken Brailsford's created 2 of them. Nobody's ever done that. His track record, his success, his experience spoke for itself. Frankly, somebody like myself who's been in the industry in the past, has created a 7-figure income in the past, to be part of a Ken Brailsford company is a dream come true. Number 2, the products. When you have products that meet recognized needs, they're highly consumable, and people continue to consume them day in and day out, month in and month out, that's the path to a successful business. Zija International, we launched the first moringa product. Our products are based on the moringa oleifera tree. You can do some research on that. National Institutes of Health Botanical of the Year in 2008. They stated it was the most nutrient-rich botanical they had ever studied. And that continues to this date, over 5,000 botanicals. There are literally hundreds of scientific, peer-reviewed, double-blind medical studies attesting to the incredible health benefits of this product. Now, we don't make health claims about the product. What we claim is that it is the most nutrient-dense botanical available today for human consumption, which is what the National Institutes of Health said. What we'll tell you is if you use our products, you're going to feel better, you're going to look better. So many stories have come out of people losing weight, improving their chemistry panels, their blood panels. Doctors are taking people off of their medications because they no longer need these medications. We've expanded our product line to cover virtually every segment of the market. We have healthy nutritional products that are easy to consume, and you notice results right away. We have a healthy weight management system that has helped people lose unwanted pounds. In some cases, extraordinary. I mean, we've literally had people lose several hundred pounds and keep it off and do it in a healthy fashion and feel good. Me personally, today I am 35 pounds lighter than I was the day I started with Zija. In my mid 60s, I weigh what I did in my early 20s. And on no medications. I mean, I'm the only guy I know that's my age that actually, is fit, not on medications. We've expanded into essential oils, first to market, clinical grade essential oils, the quality and purity that is used in the scientific studies. We've expanded into an all healthy, natural sports nutrition line, consumer products, the kinds of things that today people want to go green. They want to stay away from the harsh chemicals and everything that's in the hand soaps, the deodorants, the body stuff and what have you, shampoo. And we've got all of those consumer products and a line of skincare products that rivals the most expensive salon quality skincare in the market. We have something for everybody. And here's really what it comes down to. If you look at the numbers, over 85% of the people that use our product for a month will use our product another month. If they use it for 90 days, we approach 100% customer retention. That's the way it's been for several years now. Zija International is today over 10 years in business. We've just hit our 11th year anniversary. We're approaching $1 billion in sales. You can't have that kind of stability, growth, and performance if you don't have good products. Final ingredient, timing. And this is why we're together right now. Today, while Zija International has already surpassed 99% of the companies that have ever existed in this profession, because we have passed 100 or 10 years in business, we're almost $1 billion in cumulative sales. We are at the beginning of the most significant, important growth curve in a business of this nature. Most companies never get to the $100 million a year level. But for the very few that do, that march from 100 million a year to 300 million a year sets the foundation for the truly explosive growth of a legacy company in the making, which is the 300 to 600 level mark. And today we are starting Zija 2.0. 2.0, this is the beginning of that march from 100 million to 300 million. It's where the significant income earners in our profession have established themselves. It's where I was able to join a company back in the mid 80s and literally in 10 years retire. And so kind of giving you a snapshot of who we are, what we have, and where we are. But more importantly, I want you to hear from somebody who's been there and done that, and really is an example of the kinds of people that are using our products and our business model to create their own life unlimited. Dee Dee, I'm going to bring you over here right now. Let me just bring you over to this side of the broadcast. Dee Dee Shaw is a diamond executive with our company. She's been a stay-at-home mom for a number of years. Dee Dee, how are you? Well, let me unmute you real quick here. Sorry about that. Looking lovely tonight. Geez, I'm feeling like maybe I should have dressed up and put some gel in my hair or something. You're looking nice. Can you speak for me? Make sure I got you going here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, just let's see. Maybe I need to turn things up here a little bit. Yeah, just speak up a little bit for us. I can't really tell. How's that?
Okay, I might could scoot a little bit closer too. That might help.
Yeah, there you go. You look lovely tonight, my dear. I appreciate you dressing up for the broadcast. Actually, somebody's going to tell me, well, that was rude, saying she looks nice. You know what? She doesn't look nice most of the time? No. I'm so used to doing a video conference, and you got one of the kids in the background, another one on your knee, and another one you're saying, put that down. Well, Dee Dee, I was sharing with the folks a little bit about, part of, some of the things that attracted you to our business. Maybe you can take a moment and kind of, share with the folks a little bit about where you were at, your life, your family, when you were introduced to Zija and made a decision to use this vehicle as your opportunity to be able to stay home and homeschool the kids.
Well, thanks, Fred. It's almost hard for me to even think back to my pre-Zija life. But before Zija, we were in some financial trouble. We You didn't mention how many kids I have, and so I'll go ahead and do that. We had 12 at the time. We have 14 now. We have two Zija babies. But 12 kids at home means there has to be a lot of money coming in just to feed everybody. Not much less clothes and shoes, right? And so I had walked away from corporate America so I could be at home with my kids. And then we were looking at what are we going to do. This was in 2008, 2009 when the economy was tanking, and
Mm-hmm.
we were trying to figure out how we're going to keep our house. It was buy groceries or pay the mortgage. And at our house, those are comparable, right? You pick one or the other. And so that's kind of where we were. And I was literally praying for answers. I was on the phone with Doug Stroop, and that was really when I was introduced to Zija. Unlike many people, I'd already heard of moringa, and moringa is part of what attracted me to Zija, but it's just like you were saying earlier. Products are phenomenal, but without the kind of leadership that we have with Ken Brailsford, you just never know when that company is going to, take a turn for the worse. And so that was really what I was looking for when I joined Zija. I was looking for a company that I could lock arms with and know that what I built today wouldn't be gone tomorrow. That was really important to me. Um, and like I said, I really can't remember pre-Zija days. It's changed our lives so much. Um, as a parent of a large family with a farm, we don't get to go off very often anyway on vacation. Just the way it is. At that point, we had never been on a cruise before. We've been on cruises. It's afforded me the opportunity to purchase a car. We didn't get the Benz simply because we live on a dirt road that's a third of a mile long. But it did afford me the opportunity to buy a car, give my kids homeschool opportunities that they would have never had before. It's just, I could go on and on and on, and that's not even talking about the health benefits that we've seen from Zija.
Well, let's do this because unfortunately, a lot of people are motivated or prompted to look at an alternative source of income when they're, in situations like you're talking about, struggling, concerned about making the mortgage payment or what have you. One of the things that was critical to your success was the ability to get off to a fast start. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about what did you do? What did you decide to do when it came time? Yes, I'm going to do this. What did you do to get off to a fast start and create the beginnings of your Zika story?
Well, when we talk about financial troubles, we were to a point where I really wanted to come in with a builder system, but finances didn't allow it. And so I literally spent our grocery money, Fred, to get a builder system because I understood the importance. Don't laugh. I knew that I was either going to be eating beans and rice and feeding that to my kids, or I was going to have to get off to a fast start. And sometimes that's where you have to be. You have to understand that for us, being in profitability mode was not just an option. It had to happen. And so I just before my products ever arrived, and you have to understand that when I got involved with Zija, there were no sampler packs, right? Because there was nothing but Smart Mix. That's what
Yep.
we had. And so I got on the phone, got on the computer, more on the phone at that point in life, but just reached out to everybody I knew and said, hey, you've got to try this stuff. It's amazing. Didn't really explain what it was because I didn't know what it was. I just knew it was amazing. And I had all my product pre-sold before it arrived. And I had to get more product from Doug and Amy for my own personal use until I could get more in. And so I think having an attitude that there's people out there that need the product for one, and need the opportunity. There's people out there like me that were praying for answers, for an opportunity to bring in an income and not have to go back to work. So, it's just to get off to the fast start part, you just have to make a commitment. You make your list, you reach out to people, you follow up with people. Of all those people that sampled the product, a large majority of them signed up in some form or fashion, either as customers or business builders. And it was not long after those products were in people's hands that we had a meeting, and I invited all those people, come learn more about this stuff that I told you to try. And so, we live in a day and age where people don't necessarily go to somebody's house anymore for a meeting, but we have the opportunity to share webinars like this. Every Wednesday, we have more of a product-focused webinar. We have this webinar that we can share with people that are looking for a business opportunity. So we can be in anybody's home any night of the week, which I think is amazing.
It's so much different than the early days of our profession, because I remember with the last company, I traveled all over North America to build business. I was away from home an awful lot. Certainly had outrageous phone bills and that sort of thing. Today, 90% of what I do is being done just like this, either on the telephone. I've done a lot of work with your team in video conferencing and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing with technology to be able to build locally, regionally, nationally, and now internationally. Maybe in parting, you can maybe share this one last thought, because one of the things that people question is, do I have the time to be able to do this? And when you're talking about a dozen kids homeschooling, and your children that are at home now that you're homeschooling go from high school down to what? The youngest is 4?
5.
5. Oh, 5. Okay. Not real mature now, right? And I've met most of your children at one time or another. Usually when you've got a little one in your arms at a convention or something. Maybe you can just kind of share, how do you do a business that literally creates thousands of dollars in sales on a weekly basis? How do you do that with everything else that you do?
Well, you sure couldn't do it with a brick and mortar business. That's absolutely, there's no way. And that's the beauty of this industry, because you have leverage. You leverage not just your own time, but you leverage other people's time. And it goes back and forth. So when I'm helping my team build their business, it helps me as well. But back to the time thing, the flexibility is really one of the things that makes this industry so attractive. I can work when I want to. Now, if I don't work, I'm not going to get paid, right? But I can manage that time in snippets of time. I don't have to block out 2 or 3 hours of time. I can spend 10 or 15 minutes in the morning when I first get up, sending out some emails, sending out some texts. I can spend a little bit of time at lunchtime while the kids are, eating lunch. I can work on the computer a little bit. So I can take blocks of minutes, not blocks of hours. And then as I help other people, we all benefit. And I just really think that's the beauty of this industry. And it's what attracts me and lots of other moms who want to be able to provide for the family. Either, might even be just, a couple $100 a month. It might be that they want to be able to pay for their product. It might be they want to have vacations and have that extra money. Or it might be somebody who's like me and wants to replace a corporate level income and be able to do that part-time.
Well, Dee Dee, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking some time to be able to join us on this particular broadcast, share your story. Your story has been an inspiration to so many people and is going to continue to do so as we go through Zija 2.0. Thanks so much. Say hi to the kids for me, Dee Dee. Appreciate you.
Fred.
We'll let Dee Dee go over to the other side here. And so, folks, in closing, we've talked a little bit about a company that's got world-class corporate leadership. In particular, here's most important: track record and success. We've got world-class products that you don't have to convince people they need. They're already looking for. Every place you go, It's the green movement. Get rid of the chemicals, get rid of the artificial sweeteners, what have you, the high fructose corn syrup. We've got the healthy alternative. Something I heard recently, in every single demographic in the world today, one of the most common things people want is to stay away from pharmaceutical medications. And people know, even the doctors will tell you, your nutrition is going to be the key to your health. And we offer all of those things. And then finally, the timing. This is the beginning of what the real Zija story will be. Everything we've done up to now has been creating the platform to launch into Zija 2.0. So in closing, two things real quick. For those of you that were invited guests, get with the person that asked you to be part of this broadcast. We have, you might have questions about the product. You might have questions about the business and how to do that. We've got plenty of opportunities for you to get additional information. But if you like what you're hearing so far, here's my suggestion to you. Get with the person that asked you to be part of this broadcast. Get involved. Use the product. If you want to be one of our customers, great. You want to be one of our distributors, join us as we start building Zija 2.0, terrific. For those of you that want to get involved, make this note. Saturday morning, we're going to hold a special training. It's going to be Saturday morning, 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, East Coast time. Person that invited you to be here will give you the link to that live broadcast. What I will be doing on that broadcast is I will be outlining step by step how a brand new person can get started today and be in profitability in 30 days. Build a business that you're already profitable in and making money in 30 days. And I'm going to do step by step exactly what to do that. With that, I'm going to go ahead. One last shout out to Dee Dee Shaw for joining us. Thank you, Dee Dee. You're an inspiration to many, many people, and appreciate you being part of this broadcast. And with that, look forward to seeing you on Saturday morning. Thanks for joining us this evening. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and we'll see you Saturday morning. Take care now. Bye-bye.